Welcome to our presentation, and this is in the introduction. The goal was to interview and record the founder about their duty, then assess how well we employed the interview procedures. The interview will last an hour, and we will cover why the person that we interview chose a business or profession. We make the interview online in Google Meet because the founder was so busy with his work and no time to meet him. In terms of the overall interview, the interview went off without a hitch. It's hard for us to interview the founder because we got rejected many times and postponed due to the founder was so busy and no time to interview. Some entrepreneurs work in the department and earn only enough money to pay their living needs while developing their own business concept. Jobs are one of the most popular stages for entrepreneurs since they provide them with a thorough understanding of every area of planning, establishing, operating, and defending their company.
For background entrepreneur, the name of the entrepreneur we interview is Muhammad Ridwan bin Zurmi. He's 24 years old and he is from Bagan Perak. He started a business at the age of 22. Before he started a business, he used to work part-time during the second semester break at the clothing store. While he worked at there, he wondered why he did not open his own clothing store. So he decided to open his own clothing store. So now he's been operating to sell printed clothes for 2 years.
There are several factors that leading Encik Muhammad Ridwan to create his own business. Firstly, to stabilize his own financial issues. People nowadays mostly commit to starting their own business with the dream of financial comfort. Even though it is true that getting your business off the ground takes tenacity and may result in some tough times in the beginning, the ultimate objective of being your own boss is to achieve financial independence. However, there are also some risks of starting new business that Encik Muhammad Ridwan need to face, but he is willing to take any possibilities that might happen just to see the progressive of his business. His own firm can be as profitable as he wants it to be with perseverance and hard work. There is no reason why Encik Ridwan should not be able to attain his financial goals. Besides that, he also still known as student. So with the business that he creates, he can also support all the expenses while studying with the profits earned. With the business that he started, he also did not have to trouble his parents anymore as he has his own side income. Secondly, the ability to make his own decision without any concern from others. Before starting his own custom t-shirt printing business, Encik Ridwan used to work with other people as ordinary worker. In the past, he needs to follow all the instructions that given from the supervisor or manager as they are in the higher rank than him. Working hours also inflexible for him since he only be able to go for work on weekends when there are no classes on that day. But everything has changed now. The power to make decisions is already in his hands. He doesn't need to wait for anyone's approval to make any decision in his own business. Furthermore, by starting his own business can give Encik Ridwan more flexible lifestyle and schedule as he's still a student that had to attend for classes and go for work anytime that he wants.
Among other factors is that he is also a creative person who has observational power of the environment. The other person may not be able to see the difficulties or opportunities he can. The entrepreneur with this level of sensitivity has a high competition of the company. For example, while experiencing COVID-19 symptoms, he used the opportunity to sell his clothes on Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. From there, he started his business in selling printed clothes when he was a third-year student. He has also stated that he will create his own clothes design in the future.
So the first one is name of company. The name of company is Ready Studio. The idea of his company name is based on his own name, that is Muhammad Ridwan bin Zuraimi, and the company started at 2020. Okay, the second one is what type of business is he running and in what industry. So the business type that Mr. Ridwan running is design and printer custom jersey. Mr. Ridwan has make two ways to sell his brand. He make his own design by his target. For example, Mr. Ridwan target to sell Muslimah shirt to a hijabi girls. Firstly, he take an order by customer design to be printing. This design is based on customer. That is because if the customer want to design their own jersey, they can just make their own design and send to the founder. Secondly, the design is from founder style and idea like Muslimah, jersey or random and custom design from the company. This design and custom jersey and clothes are included in clothing industry, and it's so very famous and viral right now in Malaysia industry. There are many founders of custom jersey in social media like Facebook, Instagram, Shopee and Lazada. So the consumer can just order whenever they want.
Ridwan target a few customers including student, sport club and community club. Ridwan has chosen a modern item printed shirt to boost his marketing and sale. Ridwan may also create a shirt for any family who want to build a family day shirt. Nowadays, students, particularly university students, desire to produce a shirt for their group or pairs. Ridwan have own shop in Bagan Serai Perak. Every morning he will create new design and promote to social media such as Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Every afternoon he will arrange for a shirt to be delivered at Postline. Ridwan have no permanent employees, but he only recruit part-time workers who are at least 20 years old.
The entrepreneur before starting the venture. First, work experience. His first work experience was part-time as a clothing designer in a clothing store. At that time, he was only 20 years old. Once he turned 23 years old, he sought experience working as an IT technician at the EPF in Kuala Lumpur. Second, role model. Based on interview I conducted, he has made his father a role model in his business life. This is because his father also has his own business. With the business run by his father was able to change the fate of their family from a rather difficult life to an easier life. In addition to his father, he has made his uncle also as a role model, because his uncle managed to grow his small business so successfully. Then now his uncle managed to have his own garment printing factory.
Next, the activity that will be done by Mr. Ridwan before starting work is in the morning. He will make and create some new shirt design to be promoted to customers. In the afternoon, he will prepare the customer's package to be sent to the post office. In addition, Mr. Ridwan wisely managed his business by promoting items online like WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook, and will make deliveries to by post. Furthermore, through an interview on 5 June, Mr. Ridwan states his intention to become an entrepreneur since he was 15 years old. At the age of 22, he has become a successful entrepreneur. Besides, the father of the founder of Ready Studio was Mr. Zuraimi, and he passed away at the age of 48 years. In addition, his father used to run his own business as a hardware supplier for 7 years, while her mother is a full-time housewife and 46 years old.
The next part is the entrepreneur at the time Mr. Ridwan started the venture. Firstly is a primary motivation to start out. Mr. Ridwan gaining a lot of experience in business industry. He has been sell a lot of things as a dropship since Form 2 till college. He been interested to open his own business after being designer for clothing. So he take an opportunity to make his own brand, which is called Ready Studio, and he has been started this business since 2020. Next is set any goal while setting up the business. Mr. Ridwan want to make his dream become reality, which is becoming businessman by selling his own clothes branded. Next is resources that are available before startup. Mr. Ridwan has a lot variety of resources such as information on marketing, understanding, and have a creative idea to design his own shirts. Last part from me is any networking. Mr. Ridwan has his own specialized, which is his uncle. His uncle has owning a printing factory. Mr. Ridwan has take this opportunity to become businessman that selling his own branded. From here, he can learn how to choose a different type of clothes and the specialized clothes material to make his own shirt become comfortable.
Controlling at early stage of business, seriously or not. Controlling, monitoring performance meets performance standard established by the organization. He said he's seriously about his business. Mr. Ridwan had his own shop in Perak. He started his business since being a campus student. He said again he doesn't have workers at the first time. After a long time, he continued business until now, even using online shopping. And how about Risiko? Okay, Risiko, he started business during pandemic since lockdown too. But he can shop like easily, but still don't have worker. So he works lonely. Actually, he lack of customer, was like the spot starting, and produced a marginal stock at first. Okay, business plan. He said he started to target customer along closer friends only in his same batch. After that, he target teenagers and also the oldest. So for marketing, he promote his business on social media like TikTok, Instagram, and also Shopee. Okay, how about prepared or not to start up? Absolutely prepared. He said he want to open mini dropship to all his closest friends, and until now he succeeds sold many clothes to all states in Malaysia.
In conclusion, what we can learn from this entrepreneur is to accept failure as part of the journey. We need to accept that failure is par for the course, but accepting and learning from our failures is the most important thing. Next, we learn that we need to believe in ourselves. If we believe we can make it, we will try to make those things work out no matter how complicated it will be. Other than that, we learn that we must follow our passion, because sometimes our success depends on our passion. Next, the key success factor of the business are the product and service given by the owner. The owner states that he creates a product based on customer demand, such as quality, price, and design. He also uses high quality materials at affordable price to maintain their product. Other than that, the second key success factor are people. In business, the relationship between the owner, employee, and customer is essential to make a business successful. People's attitude in the business also plays an essential role for a business to succeed.